Hello friends, now in this video tutorial we will see how we can use Stripe as a payment method into our mobile application. We are not going to use any of the third-party libraries or third-party tools or third-party technologies like we will not gonna use uh, any cloud functions for Firestore, not any node.js functions. We are just going to use pure Dart and Flutter for using it. So for this, we have to use two packages for this. First of all, the package that we are going to use is HTTP, and the other package that we are going to use is Flutter Stripe 4.0.0, right? So if you just see under it, uh, I have added both of the two packages, HTTP and also the Flutter Stripe, right? So they are just the latest versions of both of the packages, right? So if we just there are some limitations and not the limitations, we are having some settings for the Flutter Stripe package. So if you just go over it, if you just go all these thing information, so you can see we have to use Android 5.0 or API level 21 and above, right? So we have to use Kotlin version 1.5.0 as well. If you just go over it, so let's do all these stuff. If we just see over it, okay, so we can see the minimum SDK is 21 and we have to set targeted SDK to 30 and also the compiled SDK to 31, right? So if you just go on build.gradle file onto Android section, just come over it and you can see we are gonna use 1.6.10 version of Kotlin. So the recommended version is 1.5.0. So we are already using the latest version. So for this, what they have said that we have to use theme.app compact, right? And also in night theme, we have to use different things as well. So if you just see under it, so we have to go inside. Okay, so firstly go to Android and then go to app, and then under it you can see we have to go into src and then main function, and then inside main function you can see res folder, resource folder, and inside resource folder we are seeing uh, these two folder values and values dash night. So if you just go over it and click on here, you can see that we are using here the normal theme and also the theme dot material component. So just copy and paste it from here. If because you are using almost the same thing, there are minor changes that should be done by just seeing the video and paste these as well. If you just go over it and go inside style, so you can see that we are gonna use this style for the values hyphen night styles.xml file, right? So you can see both two styles, basically these are the same things. So you can see over it, right? So you have to copy and paste these two things as well. So what other things are left? So okay, so you can see that we have to use flutter fragment activity instead of flutter activity in main dot activity, right? So if we just go under it, inside main, inside Kotlin, and you can see over it we are having main activity dot kt. KT means Kotlin. So you can see I have already placed this inside here. So you will not see the flutter fragment activity. So you have to use these, just type these two lines under it, and close the other lines. Just type these two lines under it, right? So if you don't want it to use it, so you can see we are having the button example over it. I'm sure that we'll see all these things under it as well, right? So here you can see, just copy these things, just copy these three lines and paste under it, right? So on iOS side, you have to go into yeah, your targeted version should be 12.12. Okay, so you don't have any problem with these things, right? So we are done with the with the configurations. I think hopefully that we are done with the configurations. Okay, so let's test it. I think we haven't tested. If you just click on make payment button, so under it, so you can see that we are printing our payment intent. So firstly we have to create a payment intent, and after it, I think my internet is working, not working very fine, so wait for it. So let's see either okay, so you can see over it, so we are getting this in test mode because we are working it as a test mode. So just click over it, so we'll not see the keyboard because I'm using visor, so it is the security purposes that is not gonna view all this information. So let's write 24. Okay, so 1 2 3, so these are the things that we have to fill it. So for testing purposes we have to use 4242424242. This is the testing card, so we have to use 12 or 24. You can do whatever we want you want, and also write CVC number, and under it, so you can see we can write any postal code, and if we wanted to select any country, so we can select any country as well, right? So you can see under it we are getting 10.0.0. This is the payment that we wanted to pay. So if you just click on pay, so you can see it is processing. Wait for it. See, we are getting it. See the method that I have created a simple dialog box which is showing like payment successful. So at least we are seeing all these information that are currently working fine. So this is the main activity from where we are just using all this information. So this is the payment intent that I wanted to, that I have created so far. So this is the first payment intent that we have to create. So so firstly we have to create a payment intent, and then after the payment intent we will use that payment intent, and based on that payment intent we have to create a our payment request, right? So this is the button that we are going to use. So we have to create a payment method button. So if you just see over it, so here you can see we have created a payment method here. By using we have to use try catch, obviously it will cause some of the exceptions. So this is the payment intent that we wanted to create. So firstly we have to create a payment intent, and then inside payment intent I have created a button, I have created a function that is create payment intent, right? If we just go and we are giving $10 and also 10 and also USD. Firstly you have to see what is the create payment intent do. So create payment intent, we have to create a request to the server. So that is why we are using post we are using a http package. So we have to import http package, and before this we have to use we have to create a body for this. So let's use the body as this. So inside body we have to pass some of the parameters like amount, currency, and payment types. So we are using payment types as a card, and currency we have passed it from, if we have passed it from here, like the amount is $10 and the currency is US dollar, right? So you can see over it, so we have to calculate the amount because we have entered the amount uh, inside string, but Stripe is not gonna use that string. We have to calculate our payment method. We have to calculate the payment into, if you just see this function, so what this function is does, so what this function do, it takes amount as a parameter and convert that amount into int, and then multiply it by 100 because Stripe is working in cents. So uh, this we are just calculating our amount and passing that amount to our body, right? Here you can see also currency, and now we have to use some of the parameters for uh, some of the parameters. So let's move the headers up because headers are up and the bodies are down. Okay, So we have to create a payment intent. For creating a payment intent, we have to use http.post for posting. So we have to use uri.parse for striking the URL. So this is the URL that we wanted to generate a payment intent. So we have to give this header. So what does headers do? There are the two parameters that we are going to use. The first one is authorization. So you have to use authorization, and then colon we have to use single quotes, or maybe you can use double quotes as well, barrier, and then you have to give secret key. So from where you will get the secret key? If you just go into Stripe developer console, you have to create a new obviously new object, a new what we called it as new program, like okay, after creating a new project, sorry, you have to create new project, and then you just have to click on developer. After clicking on developer, you will see all the information, and there is the API key, there is the event and log. So let's go on API key, and there you can see these are the two keys that we are going to use. The first one is the publisher key, and the second one is the secret key. Sorry, I forgot something. So let's go on to the main section. So firstly you have to use initialize the stripe key here, stripe key, and for this is the publisher key. So don't use mine, try to create your own. So first of all you have to use widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialize. First of all you have to use this line. This will ensure that you have to initialize all these stuff that is inside here. So stripe dot publishable key, and you have to use this publishable key, right? So you can see under it we are having other key as well. This is secret key, and if you just click over it, so it will reveal the secret key, right? So you have to use these two things as well. Okay, inside home screen, so you can see that we are using authorization key and barrier, and this is the secret key that we are going to use. So I have placed this secret key inside constant. So you if you don't want to use this type of secret key, so you can just use like this one, the secret key, right? But we have created secret key inside our contact into our contacts constants file, so we are using it. So right, so then we are using content type. This should be like this, content application slash, and this, right? And so we are using the body. So this is the body that we have created so far. So we'll provide that body, and then we are just printing that body, either we are getting a proper response or not, and then we'll use JSON decode. This should be the function that is coming from our HTTP package, and our response is decoding. So we are decoding our response. This one we are just printing the response, and then we are decoding the response, right? So after decoding the response, it will just get back here, and we have created a payment intent if there is no error, right? So then we have to create a payment sheet, right? So we have to create a payment sheet, right, after creating an intent. So you can see stripe dot instance dot initialize payment screen, initialize payment sheet. See, so we are going to use some of the things that are mandatory. So this is the setup payment sheet parameter. So let's remove these two things because we are not going to use these. So we have to pass only 2 or 3 parameters. So if you don't want it to use these parameters, so you have to create, I think, only one parameter, that is payment intent client secret. So we are getting back the payment, so based on that payment we will get the secret key, right? So we'll get the secret key from that, and then we have to now display the sheet, because this one is initializing the sheet. And if you just go over it, so you can see this is the sheet that we are going to use. Okay, so this is stripe dot instance dot uh, present payment sheet, right? So this is the method that are coming from our side. So if it is successful, it means that so we are here using a show dialog, that is just for showing the dialog. So you can use any dialog that you wanted to use. You can see under it. So if you don't want to use the dialog, so you can use the snack bar, and after that you have to null your payment intent, because otherwise it will do same, it will use the same payment intent for creating the payments. So we don't want it to use that payment intent. So these are the things that are done so far. So let's start and create another payment intent. Let's create another payment. So we wanted to increase the payment, so we can use the payment increase. So wait for a second. So let's see, either we are getting, if you just click on logs, see at 11:49 we have created our payment. So it was no, no, not let's go on succeeded. Wait for a second, why don't we are not seeing all this information? Okay, so there you can see. Okay, so this one, the payment was created because we have create a bottom sheet. So this one is the payment that we have previously done. See, it's $10. So let's create another payment. Right, 424242. So 23. Right, so this you can see. Just click on payment. See, it's payment successful. We can see the message. Okay, so you can see if you just click on logs, go back, so you can see this one is the payment at 12:23. See, we will see all these information if you just go into side into our log. So we will see all these payments as well. So inside event you can see all the payment, and you can see all the other things as well, right? So yes, thank you for your support. Keep subscribing me for I'll also get all these. I will try to provide the best content for you. Thank you guys.